Hello and welcome to the corner. I'm the Frosted Glass and I'm joined by my fellow Alabaster Savages. I like boobs.
Moonshock is a basic bitch.
Moonshock?
Not basic. I'm Fortran, bitch.
Uh,
That's
y-
a nerdy joke for those people.
You mean 4chan?
Fortran is an old computing language because Jack said I'm a basic bitch, but basic is too basic of a basic language, so I chose Fortran.
This joke needing this much explanation should be a warning sign, Moon.
Yes. Congratulations, Moon, for proving my point.
Terry
I'm funny,
Diamantis.
damn it. I'm funny.
Moonshock is very funny. Everyone pat Moonshock on the head and tell him how funny he is.
Sun does it all the time. Sun does it all the time. She loves it.
And this week's special guest, Sunburst.
And now y'all know what I've been through for the past 10 years, the past 10 seconds.
You must have a really good life insurance policy.
Yeah, Jaeger pony with the Invader Zim reference. He's advanced.
Haters.
Hi, tall person.
All right.
Oh, for a second there, I thought Tellbuzz called you hot, Sunburst. Excuse me?
Well, the sun is generally hot, Moonshock.
Well, of course. She's my baby. Hey,
Bless you.
no coughing in the ears, man.
I muted myself for the stream, but now they all know.
Should I say let the witchy woo-woo?
Anyway, let's get to our first article, and this one is for the Whammons. So, as an official Whammin, Sunburst, you're going to have to translate for us.
And my head is already hurting, and I don't even know what the story is.
All right. So, yeah, you're going to have to translate for us. I don't hysterical, I just girl with hysteroid radical.
What?
What?
I just poor English.
I don't hysterical.
That
Me
sounds
fail
like-
English? That's
sounds like-
impossible.
That sounds like really bad Japlish, or what do they call it?
Spanglish?
No.
English?
It's like
Pigeon?
English, that's it. English.
I don't hysterical. I just girl with his. Okay.
I just girl with hysteroid radical. What the
Let's start take apart big complex topic, which I have long promised. Personal organizations with excellent hysteroids.
Okay, yeah, I do need a translation. I thought I was going to be able to understand this.
Oh, is
Maybe
this?
how do you-
Wait, hold on. I have to ask the question. Is this fractured English, just standard fractured English coming from a non-native speaker? Or is this somebody with their own weird quasi-language that they developed as part of like their weird feminist ideological bullshit?
Well, we'll have to rely on Sun to let us know.
Yeah, you've even got me lost, so keep going.
Many underscore of people, even in childhood, formed enough pronounced traits character, which become very noticeable in adolescence age and then accompany human all life.
What the?
What the?
What is going on?
What?
There is people.
Wait, hold on. I have a better question. Why are you reading this with Sun? Why didn't you save this for Scribe? This would fucking destroy him.
Oh.
I mean, I'm agreeing with mischiefly inanimate there. This sounds like when people Google translate something back into, yeah. I'm sitting here going, okay, I'm like, I know I went to high school. I'm not the best speller, and sometimes I do have a little bit difficulty talking, but holy crap-tastic.
There is people, and they're many, which one from radicals, nucleus character, is manifested very brightly.
This is hurting my
Do
head.
you want me to go insane tonight?
Yes. No.
What do you think?
I agree with this. This was originally written in another language and put into Google Translate. It's perfect.
Keep says, "What is this medium pigeon?"
Apparently, Pigeon relies heavily on underscores.
There's all those magnet words, and they're like, okay, let's try to make a sentence, and okay, somewhat some. Oh my god.
I mean, usually with if the language is bad, I can still kind of understand what the hell they're getting at.
Yeah.
But I can't even get that far. I genuinely don't know what this person is saying.
This woman ding dong de poo poo.
She the poo poo.
Be poo poo.
There is those who underscore it has less pronounced traits several characters. I will write about brightly expressed traits that underscore very easily usually notice.
Wow, I think a first grader would be able to write a better paper than this.
Alright, next section. Who same such hysteroids?
Is that like same such hemorrhoids? But hysterical hemorrhoids. There we go. Hysteroids.
Before them called hysterics. Highly long time, up to before Freud, people were sure that, underscore, this disorder suffer only women, uterus which wandering on body, leading woman in strange states.
That sounds like that almost sounds like
uterus which wandering on body.
This sounds like an old Native American name for some like tribal chief wife. It's like uterus wandering on body.
I'm just imagining like a uterus literally just like crawling over a woman's butt. That is fucked up.
But not will about this many. The 20th century has passed, and now we know nearly all about hysteroids. I think that was the first sentence that made sense.
What is hysteroids? Is that even a word?
I have no idea.
Hysteroid is a personality disorder.
What the fuck? Wandering uterus. Okay, I claim that name. Me on wandering uterus.
Number 1. Women hysterical organizations meet twice more often, but those not less. Men this is side, not bypasses.
Men with bypasses. Nice movie title. There we go.
I could almost tell that this was getting to a point, and then it just kind of went off bypasses. What the fuck?
Number 2. Hysteria, usually it is seen from afar. Many prefer stand out already only through external kind. Bright colors, shapes, sexuality image, pretentiousness, and even some absurdity images underscore them style.
I'm getting a sense of absurdity image right now.
Me, I'm dancing with uterus.
Number 3. Behavior too always quicker can call it bright. They hardly underscore endure discomfort associated with the absence attention to their person. Attention - air for hysteria. Any bad, good, unlike from daffodils, them suitable and dislike. But they his know how get anyways.
Okay, now at the very end of this article, if it doesn't say this was edited by my 2-year-old, then I'm going to be very disappointed.
Like a 2-year-old that was kicked in the head by a horse or something.
Dropped a couple of times by the doctors when they were born.
Yeah, like this.
No,
I think
that would actually spell and write better. Oh my god!
I think this was written by Charlie from It's Always Sunny.
Is this the BBC's? Is this the BBC's Pidgin English website?
Why Dennis bad? Because Dennis is a bastard man.
Now, the thing is, you'd probably run this through like a Pidgin translator. It would come out like a gigantic dissertation on the on the concept of women's versus men's, and it would sound very eloquent. But it's like, no, me just man do the poo poo.
They will tell to you stories, joke, sing, and dance. Parentheses, parentheses, parentheses. But attention exactly will conquer. Number 4.
I had a fear before we started this, since I didn't know the articles, that I wouldn't understand any of them. I don't understand this. What the hell, man?
But it's about women.
I know no, just
No,
No.
what I can gather from this is they're talking about hysterical as a term, and they don't like it. They think hysteroid or whatever they're talking about is the preferred term, and then it's hard to follow because there's a lot of gibberish in there. But I think they're saying hysterical is a bad term. Use hysteroid instead.
Well, I mean, I know that they use hysterical when women were going through that time of the month. If this is what this is relating this to, oh my God, I fear for the women of the world.
The whammons. You mean it's whammons?
No,
Somebody
women,
slapped that
the
hysterical
actual
woman.
This woman was slapped too many times.
She wasn't slapped enough.
Number 4. They say loudly or deliberately theatrically, gesturing a lot move, may walk on room.
Jamie Melquist. I didn't realize Jar Jar Binks was on Medium.
Misa want men and women's to Cisa the uterus.
Okay, so here it sounds like they're describing the hysteroid personality disorder. That's what they're doing in there. They're trying to explain the particulars of hysteroid personality disorder.
I didn't know you spoke woman, Terry.
Really curious.
I'll have you know, my mother is a woman, so I learnt from the best.
What? You mean? Don't you mean a birthing person?
No.
He's a half-breed. Them speech saturated adjectives, epithets, metaphors, hyperbole. They are inclined to embellish and fill my speech emotions.
Okay. I think they're trying to say that people are exaggerating when they call a woman hysterical.
No, I think what they're doing is they're describing the personality disorder because that is all about making a big show of your emotions for attention, and that's what they're trying to describe there.
I just want to go and just put a bunch of random words and just kind of string them together and then make a Medium article. That's exactly what this woman did.
This is the word magnets that she's got in her fridge, and she had let her like 1-year-old mess with them, and I'm like, oh, okay, here we go.
Here you go, little Jennifer. Rearrange the words.
I've made better stuff with word magnets. Remember,
Were they all dick jokes?
Not all of them. Remember same about attention? If a they say, get ready for drama. By the way, storytellers, they magnificent.
Oh, now that just sounded like that last sentence. By the way,
see, that's what they're saying. They're saying that like if a man calls a woman hysterical, they're just exaggerating for dramatic effect. And that's why they call it. They use the word storyteller.
Job the article.
You're not wrong.
Wow.
Number 5. Emotions hysteroid not different depth internal conflict and passion, unlike from border guards, for example.
What?
Emotions may be many. Change they may often, but in them in E is equal no depth.
What?
They are how would superficial and not so already significant for hysteria.
Are they saying that the emotions that they feel during hysteria are not real or are shallow or something?
No, I like I said, I think they're just describing the disorder, and people who have this disorder, that's how their emotions are. There's no depth to them; they're purely performative.
Okay, since you seem to know what hysteroid disorder is, what the fuck is it?
That's basically it. This is where all your emotions are done for show. They're like you.
So like
queen,
like Amber Heard.
Yeah, you're not actually feeling as nearly as sad as you're portraying to the world. You're just magnifying it for attention because you want to be seen as a person who is saddened by this, or you're not as angry as you're pretending to be because you want to be seen as getting, righteously indignant about something.
A drama queen.
Yeah,
Basically. Yeah. Okay.
So
basically,
then-
no, got it.
So maybe the author is arguing you shouldn't use the term hysterical or describe a woman as hysterical because there is actual medical connotations to the word hysterical referring to this particular thing, which is not what a woman is when they're being hysterical.
If you call that shit crazy, I'm going to call you hysterical.
No, but funnily enough, back in the day, they believed that only women could be,
Crazy?
Hysteroid. This was a purely female personality type. That's why it's got history in it. It's the Greek word for womb. Is
Well, today we know that's bullshit because soy boys exist.
Number 6. I'm difficult, bring affairs before end. Be consistent and organized. That's why they made to be or seem infantile. And number 7. They know how flirt. Women hysteroids, and men too, exactly know how use my sexuality. They are demonstrative and pretentious in this. Often this is works.
Wow. Just wow.
So people with hysteroids are overtly sexual?
Well, yeah, they will, play up the flirtatiousness to get attention.
Yeah.
So basically, this person is suffering, so they're acting like an idiot to get attention.
And that's
Okay.
Will Ford from chat basically says histrionic personality disorder. Yeah, I think it's pretty similar to histrionics.
Yeah.
So, in conclusion, share what underscore points you find yourself. What yet want to know about hysteroids. That's why what I know vary a lot.
I'm sorry, but even if you were a genius about hysteroids, your knowledge is forever locked in the cage of your own stupidity.
This story has 8 likes.
You know what's really crazy, though, is that all of her articles are written the exact same way. They are all written in this what the fuck kind of...
I would like to know what her native language is. I would like to know what this is translated from.
There is no about for this person.
I'm genuinely fascinated by this author. Their language is so terrible, it becomes sort of like a weird abstract puzzle trying to decipher it.
Yeah, she has 297 followers, and her most recent article says 4 receptions work with anxiety.
Well, I gave it a like 2.
I want you to write to her and go, what the fuck drugs are you on? And share them with the rest of us.
I wish I could still comment because I would just write
Send me the story and I'll comment.
Just because I would just write, well said. That's
Unfortunately, Keith, there was no photo that I could find of this nutcase, so there won't be any. The only picture of her that there exists is her turning away from the camera. So it's that same one that's at the top there. In that picture there, she's actually turning away from the camera, so you can't really see what she looks like. Her body looks decent, but I don't know what her face is going to look like.
We've actually got an alternate explanation for why she types that way. Writer cautiously returning to the real world after burning out. So maybe something burnt out. That's why she types that way.
I'm just thinking of Blazing Saddles after the old man gives like a rambling speech and the mayor stands up and says, "Now who can argue with that?"
Howard Johnson is right. I'm gonna follow her.
Okay, by the next time that Sun comes on the corner, make sure you save that article just for
next time Scribe comes on.
This person's probably not an insane idiot like the rest of Medium is. They're probably a very nice person. It's just that their writing is just so insane.
No, honestly, I think it's just a translation issue. Whatever her native tongue is does not translate well into English.
Really? Why?
You mean dipshit? Dipshit is actually a language?
Well, that was a fun article. But now it's time for
Oh yeah, great.
the first game, which is Sad Libs. Double
What
prompt
Frosted-
edition.
What Frosted is really not telling you is that the
Yay.
next 3 articles will be from Sybil Walsh.
Alright, and this is the one where I take 4 headlines from Medium, take out 2 words in each of them, and you guys have to fill in those words Mad Lib style, and then the chat will vote on which one is best. So, Jack, I need a profession.
Prostitution.
Well, that was going to be my living thing, so now I've got to think of a new one.
Alright, let's see. Moon, I need a transitive verb.
Licking. Stop. You're fine. I don't know
Okay.
what it is that you want.
Terry, I need a living thing.
I'm going to be a crack baby.
I'm guessing that you've seen the entirety of mine and that you edited out from licking to just lick.
Well, it didn't say ending with ing.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, fine.
Alright, son, I need an adjective.
I'm gonna go with hysterical just because hey, why not?
Yeah.
Hysteroid. Hysteroid.
No, I said hysterical.
I know.
Alright, and let's see. Terry, give me a person.
Frosted glass.
Alright, and son, give me an object.
It's a living thing. Object. Oh boy. Come back to me.
Okay. So Jack, I need a noun.
How do I follow up crack baby?
Hi, James Colley.
What did you say?
I said hi to James Colley. I don't care what you said.
Oh, for a second I thought used condom, and I thought, wow, that's perfect.
Is
There you
that what you want to go with?
Yes, used condom.
Oh my god.
Hi, Mike R.
Alright, let's see. And Moon, I need an adjective.
Semen covered.
It's a bit wordy.
I don't care. Shut up.
Hi, Keegan.
Alright, so
Back to
We're going to get back to sun.
butt plug. There you go.
Oh my god. I was going to say that for. Never mind.
oh, that's gonna be a good one. Okay, so Jax is America's first transgender prostitute. Meet New York's frosted glass.
Wow, wow.
I don't think I'd be the first. Alright, and Moon's screw it, I'm going to lick every butt plug at the grocery store. Alright, and Terry's I screamed at a crack baby for giving me anti-used condom pamphlets. Alright, and sons, women of all sizes are hysterical and can be semen covered.
perfect after the previous one.
Oh.
All right, and I'll start making up a poll so that the chat can vote on which one is best.
I'm gonna lick every butt plug.
I
Yeah.
think that in terms of form, Moonshocks is probably the best.
Yeah.
I hate to do it, but I got to vote for Moonshock too.
Thank
It's,
you.
it's either moon or sun.
These must be real Google numbers because it went from 50 to 0. 11 votes. Oh wow, I'm losing. 61% say her.
We at the corner would like to thank you for participating in the most secure election in history.
But you know what's funny is that both Moon's and mine, we both gave a word to it. So technically we both kind of win.
Yeah.
No, don't be nice to the ginger. You take credit for the win. You deserve it.
She
Well,
married
it's either gonna
me.
be butt plug or dog anus, so you know.
Oh, dog anus would have been even worse.
Every dog anus at the grocery store.
The correct anus is the rat's anus.
Oh, wow, Sun's winning big time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She ran away with this one.
You do know they're voting because I'm son, right?
Yes.
Of course.
Okay.
You know, Terry, every time you say rat's anus, I just think of Robert Webster. I don't know, a rat's anus?
That's what I was going for.
All right. Well, I think I'll end it there where Sun wins with 68% of the vote.
What? Ginger lives matter. Damn right, Ebony.
What's this? We've just had an extra shipment of ballots in the middle of the night.
Yep.
Yep. All for Terry.
A full truck full.
Yeah.
From what district? So many questions.
Just
Wouldn't happen
remember, women out there, you too can be hysterical and semen covered.
Yeah. No matter what size you are, it doesn't matter.
And just to let everybody know, I will not be licking every butt plug at the grocery store.
Just some
Yeah.
of them.
He's all
You start doing that.
he's
you're gonna
already
be
done
at
it.
the grocery store.
Hey, we were at the store today. I didn't see any butt plugs. Wait, wrong kind of
So
plug.
if there were no butt plugs at the grocery store, then technically you did lick every butt plug at the
Yeah,
grocery
true.
store.
That's an Inception level shit right there, man.
He brings his own.
Thank you, BG.
I bring my
was-
own. Yes.
I did not scream at a crack baby, but if you give me one, I will scream at it.
All right. And now on to our second article. The GOP wants to starve gay and trans children.
Good.
What?
Oh, goody.
Did you see what BG said to Son?
Hmm?
He said, "Of course you got the pity vote. You were in a relationship with one of these chuck fucks." I hope he meant chuckle fucks. Jesus.
Hey, he's got a point.
All right, I gotta find that. This person's got a really fucked up name. Arsenio.
Is that a Pokemon?
I guess Michael Arsenio.
Republican attorneys general have sued the federal government for the right to discriminate against LGBTQ kids in a school meal program.
How do you discriminate against? First of all,
Oh.
there are no gay kids yet because they don't have sex. They're not sexual beings yet. And second of all, even if they were, how the fuck would you discriminate them using a meal program?
Well, it's easy. You just go, "Are you a fag?" And if they say yes, then they get a plain cheese.
So you just walk up to the guy and
Yeah.
say, "Excuse me, are you a fag?"
If they say yes, they get the bad meal. If they say no, they get like steaks and really nice food.
Okay. So here we. I will admit, no homo. He is actually a nice-looking black man.
But seriously, it's what do they have, like a bin? Oh, these are the straight apples and these are the gay apples. No gay apples for you.
Well, apparently, it says He wrote a book called "Growing Up Black, Gay, and Catholic in Houston."
He's wearing a little bit too much makeup, but otherwise he looks okay.
Yeah.
It's not as if Republicans have ever made their contempt of the poor out to be a secret. So I suppose I shouldn't be surprised that they are fighting for the right to starve Lgbt children.
I think that is going to be somebody's. They're going to name their kid that. I'm just waiting for it, like over the next 5 years. Stupidest kid names, and it's going to be the LGBTQIA or something like that.
I'm already offended because it doesn't say IA plus at the end of that.
Yeah, or two for Two Spirit.
Right.
What's your child's name? Two.
On Tuesday, more than 20 Republican attorneys general filed a lawsuit against the Biden administration over a Department of Agriculture school meal program that prohibits discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender identity. The new guidance
because they vote against bullshit policies. It's not that who was complaining about discrimination. You made up this stupid bullshit policy that doesn't affect anything, never affected anything, and doesn't do anything, and they voted it down because it's stupid. That's why they voted down, because it's stupid.
These comments are killing trans children, Jack.
It's like the anti-lynching bill all over again. Guess what, folks? Murder is illegal.
But lynching is fine. So
yeah.
So instead of just like the principal and the guidance counselors and the teachers knowing what your sexual orientation is, the lunch ladies will know.
Yes.
Like they give a damn.
Yes, I would like to get the pizza and fries. What's your gender? I'm not going to tell you. You get no pizza and fries. Take a crust of bread. Here you go.
I know how it's being prejudiced. I figured it out. The food is not suitable shape to be shoved up your butt, and therefore the gay kids do not get
more bananas.
Yeah, the gay kids just get hot dogs, and
Just remember, I lick all the butt plugs at the grocery store.
The new guidance from the U.S.
What?
You're not going grocery shopping anymore then.
I want to know this grocery store that sells butt plugs.
That is none of your goddamn business.
I'm pretty sure it's Menards.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Good one.
Just don't kick me in Menards.
The new guidance from the USDA, announced in May, noted it would include discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender identity as a violation of Title IX in any education program or activity receiving federal financial assistance.
What the hell does that have fuck all to do with?
It applies to all state and local agencies, program operators, and sponsors that receive funds from the Department of Agriculture's Food and Nutrition Service, which distributes funds for free school meals.
Anybody got a baseball bat? This guy needs to smack upside the head big time with a giant wooden phallic object.
Threatening a black guy, that's messed up. The agency reportedly says it wants voluntary compliance, but it did promise to refer violations to the Department of Justice.
Sorry, I just read what BG said. To be fair with how schools are acting nowadays, I'm sure the lunch ladies want to know which of the girls are lesbians.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah. Led by Tennessee Attorney General Herbert Slattery, the challenge claims that the federal government is attempting to force states and schools to follow anti-discrimination requirements that, in their view, misconstrue the law.
This would all be solved very, very easily. Just don't ask them. Don't ask them what their gender is. Nobody cares. Just give them their fucking lunch, take their fucking money, and problem solved.
I would be interested to know, is the existence of this proposed law based upon anything that happened in real life at all?
Of
Or
course
is
not.
is this just some sort of shit that they cooked up because they needed something to get offended about?
This is more of this virtue signaling bullshit that you're seeing all over the fucking place, just to see, look how woke my school is. We're so woke that we make sure every kid of every gender gets a school lunch.
So it's
No.
schizoid personality disorder then.
Essentially.
Yeah. Let's see. This case is yet again about a federal agency trying to change law, which is Congress's exclusive prerogative, Slattery said in a statement. The USDA simply does not have that authority. We have successfully challenged the Biden administration's other attempts to rewrite law, and we will challenge this as well.
The author wishes he was hysterical so he can be semen covered.
Probably true.
Bro.
Slattery was referring to that same Republican group recently winning a preliminary injunction against similar guidance from the Department of Education and the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission.
Cool. Those Republicans must be pretty important when he capitalized the R. Wow.
Let's see. A federal judge found a similar federal directive clashed with state laws regarding gender-based laws applicable to bathrooms and sports teams. The new suit is filed in the same court district. The attorneys general involved in the lawsuit filed Tuesday are from Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, Georgia, Indiana, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Mississippi, Missouri, a bunch of states.
I've been everywhere, man.
I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere.
50, got it.
Hey, Michigan's not one of them, so who cares?
No, we just don't feed the kids here.
Yeah, no, we just have some fucking woman who makes exceptions for her husband to go up and clip the grass at their summer home during the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Recent research finds that Texas is the state with the second largest LGBTQ population in America.
Yeah, because they're all leaving San Francisco.
Yeah, probably. We know that states like West Virginia, Kentucky, and Alabama are among the poorest. Republicans are once again scapegoating the LGBT community in the name of political strategizing. It's not that I question their sincerity of their homophobia and transphobia, but I do know much of it is rooted in nothing more than finding a new group to demonize, a bigoted base of voters who care less about policy and more about shared prejudice.
They're not prejudiced against anyone. They're just sick of your bullshit. And that's what this proposed law is. It's just more of your bullshit. That's it. They're not voting against equality in America. They're voting against bullshit. So stop giving them bullshit. Give them something real. Give them a real problem to worry about. And they might respond to it. But you don't have any because your entire platform is made on the basis of just concocted bullshit.
You know,
they want kids to starve.
I don't like this article. Let's go find another one from that mixed up bitch that we just read an article from.
What's fun reading this? I'm sitting here going with a lot of the articles lately where kids, have got the school program. If they don't have the money in their card, their food gets thrown out. So basically, you're going to starve every child.
Yes.
Now, it's every kid. Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to cut down on obesity.
Yeah, those kids ain't going to get fat no more because they ain't eating in school.
This is legal trolling, but given that this challenge is likely to be successful, it will have real consequences for children living in these states. Not that these people appear to care.
Dun, dun, dun.
What is trolling?
Starving people.
Yeah. That word gets used so fucking much. It's been just absolutely just dragged through the goddamn mud.
Trolling is when you
decade.
trolling is when you cast your line or your lure out there, and then you turn on the boat motor, and then you just go slowly, and you're trolling your line. You're trolling for fish.
when I first
All right. So
When I first heard the word trolling, all it meant was that, or when I first heard it in the modern context, it was you are disingenuously acting inflammatory in order to uh, invoke a reaction
Correct.
from random people. That's
Yep.
all it meant. And
Yep.
then they transformed it into some sort of weird crypto fascist bullshit.
No, because what Moonshock was talking about with fishing is actually what it's based on. You're
Mhm.
fishing for a reaction, and that's why it was referred to as trolling.
Yes.
but we've already gone over the dangers of Pepe the Frog.
Pepe is a goddamn Republican meme. We can't like that guy. That's Trump, man, and Trump is orange man bad. So green and orange together, you know. Well, that ironically enough, those two colors make brown. So
And here's where it gets interesting. In a press release about the suit, Indiana Attorney General Todd Rokita said, "We all know the Biden administration is dead set on imposing an extreme left-wing agenda on Americans nationwide. But they've reached a new level of shamelessness with this ploy of holding up food assistance for low-income kids unless schools do the left's bidding."
what?
So, remember how the article is titled that Republicans are starving kids?
Yeah.
It's actually the Biden administration starving kids.
Wow.
Unless the school, does, gender
Unless you
inclusive
do-
bathrooms and all that shit.
Yeah, unless you follow the standard progressive list of demands, we're going to starve the children. Wow. The nerve. The absolute nerve of this fucking article.
Rokita is best known as the terrible man that accused an Indiana doctor that performed an abortion on a 10-year-old rape victim of failing to report the procedure. Isn't that exactly what happened?
And he's a terrible person for doing it.
Like they didn't report the age correctly or whatever, or that the rapist was an illegal alien.
Yeah. But he's terrible for pointing that out.
Did you see what James Collins said? As a Texas resident, Texans are more upset that we can't play illegal aliens and cowboys. After we get done with the above, then we will work on gay men, GHEY, because lesbians are artful expression. Illegal aliens and cowboys.
Back in the day when my friend and I would play the Red Dead Redemption Online, the first Red Dead. You know how in the map there's a river crossing between like Mexico and the rest of the map. we would play Border Patrol and just camp out at the bridge and shoot anyone who tried to cross.
Well, did you see? There was this one guy that he was completely trolling all the feminists. Yeah, there you go, trolling. But he made a video of him going and roping up suffragettes and then throwing them into alligator pits.
Yeah, that was a big controversy. But
Yes.
I think the better version is the one where someone tied up a black guy and delivered him to a KKK rally.
Holy shit.
It's like, wow.
That's hardcore.
But he is no outlier in this line of thinking. Last month, Senator Roger Marshall said in an interview that he was contemplating objecting to a bipartisan measure to extend free school meals over the new guidance from the Agriculture Department banning LGBTQ discrimination. Around that same period, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis argued the Biden administration was trying to deny school lunch programs for states that don't do transgender ideology in the schools.
So reality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's inconvenient reality.
It's mean, everyone. Reality is mean, and we don't like it, so it needs to go away.
Pretty much.
On Thursday, DeSantis said falsely claimed that elementary school workers are instructed to tell kids to switch genders. That is happening in our country. Anyone that tells you it's not happening is lying to you, discount Donald Trump added.
Well, I would say they're not instructed to change genders. They're socially pressured to change genders.
Yeah.
DeSantis, along with another presidential wannabe, South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem, I don't know, and a dozen other Republican governors are also calling on the...
How can it be called no M? There's clearly an M right there at the end.
It's one of the mysteries of our time. Are also calling on the Biden administration to stop being so nitpicky about discrimination related to sexuality and gender identity. I never allow the ignorance of these people to make me despondent, but I do have rising fears about just how detrimental the queer and trans antagonistic antics from the GOP, largely still unchallenged, will be to the community.
They just don't want you to be grooming children. That's it. They want you to stop grooming children.
No, they
Holy
won't.
shit! How is that? Guess what? If you say you're gay, if you're a gay man, that means you like to fuck dicks. If you're 8 years old, what does it mean if they're gay? What does it mean? It means they like to fuck dicks. Which means that if you're complicit with that, you are complicit with the idea that an 8-year-old can fuck dicks.
Look,
That's it. That's all there is to it.
You either have sex with your teacher or you don't get food. That sounds pretty fair to me.
Yeah.
I don't know what your problem is, Jack.
Jesus Christ, it's insane. They will walk through ridiculous hoops to avoid what is a very obvious problem.
But Jack, if they don't groom them when they're kids, it'll be too late. They won't believe the ideology if they don't get them young.
We need more gay kids.
Yeah.
It's one thing,
especially trans kids. We need lots of those.
Yeah. It's one thing to know as an author there will be less schools willing to allow me to meet with students for fear of bigoted parents stupidly associating gay men with grooming. Another to even recognize that the federal government will fail me twofold as a gay black man during a monkeypox outbreak.
Yeah,
However,
just don't go to the gay orgies and you won't get the monkeypox. You'll be fine.
But who doesn't love piss orgies?
Well, you'll just have to go without for 2 weeks to flatten the curve.
That's just too much. However, there is something especially worrisome when you recognize how this menacing campaign might literally remove food from the mouths of poor kids. Again, it is not surprising. This is
if they're poor, there's probably no food in their mouth anyway, so it's fine.
I hear that they're just as smart as white kids. Again, it's not surprising. This is the GOP's way. Still, I read so much about the Democrats struggling to find messaging for the midterm elections. Apparently they have settled on depicting the Republicans as extremists. They're at least 40 years late on that. But now they want to be more direct about how bad Republicans are. Talk about them vilifying people to the point that they are fighting for the legal right to starve children.
You're a pedophile. This author's a pedophile. I'm gonna call it right here.
So who's regretting saying that he was good looking earlier?
No, it's not a problem it's not a problem that they thought he was good looking. It's a problem that they're out of his age of attraction.
I don't know.
Now, were they talking about every school level, kindergarten through high school, or just elementary for this?
I don't know. Probably all public schools.
I saw a Joe Biden meme yesterday. It was a picture of Joe Biden, and it said, "My girlfriend said you're a pedophile," and I said, "That's an awfully big word for a 9-year-old."
Yeah,
that's an old joke.
yeah. I heard a stand-up comedian tell that one.
Yeah,
Yeah. Who was it? Out of curiosity.
Jimmy Carr, I think.
Was it Jimmy Carr? I could have sworn it was I could have sworn it was Louis C.K.
Oh, it could have been.
That does sound like a Jimmy Carr joke. Because
This
Jimmy
almost
Carr does make the pedophile joke. A lot of them.
Yeah, but so does Louis C.K. Look, I don't remember. My first thought was it was a Jimmy Carr joke, but it could very well be a Louis C.K. one instead.
This almost sounds like going back to where like let the kids eat bug and force your parents into doing it. This sounds just like the same thing. Mom, I'm not getting fed at school, so I can't be. It's just wow.
And Camel says he's pretty sure it was Jimmy Carr as well. So.
And I think Moon is muted.
I'm here.
No, you were muted.
That joke has Jimmy written all over it.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
I don't think enough people understand how much more dire it will get if this behavior goes unchecked. If the opposing political party can't figure out how to convey that to voters, we are doomed. Some of us more than others.
Well, don't be black or gay. Problem solved.
Even if I could comment, I wish I could have gotten away with that comment. Just quit being gay. All right.
Stop being a faggot.
Stop being gay.
You don't say stop being a faggot to an actual gay person. You call a person a faggot if they're being a faggot.
The new
that was Louis C.K.
The new equivalent of coffee is for closers, food is for straights.
You know what, Jack? This guy needs to be in that green suit, jump off the counter, and goes, I'm gay.
I'm gay.
Alright, and now time for the second game, which is for the chat only. Boobs.
And that is chat only and boobs?
And that is the caption contest, where I show a photo of a political figure or event, and the chat has to come up with a good caption for it, and whichever one we like best, I'll tweet out after the show.
It's B.
It's B. wrong game there, Jack.
Alright, so this week we got some WNBA player given the power fist with Griner and Breonna Taylor on her.
She's the one in prison now.
She got 9 years. 9 years in a labor camp.
Why the hell would you go to Russia with pot? Why would you do? Are you fucking retarded?
Why does her uniform say Breonna Taylor?
Don't you know that she was just shot in her sleep by the cops?
I think that's clearly her name and her age. She's 42 years old, and her name is Griner Breonna Taylor.
Well, then maybe her number should be 420 then.
Well, how many players are on that team?
Let's see. This is how I'm jack off the guards for some food.
Oh,
that's pretty savage.
That looks like a dude.
Well, yeah, it's a WNBA player. What do you expect?
I guess.
Next, you'll tell me she's not very pretty.
Isn't she like 6'9" or something like that?
I don't know. Is this Griner or is this just someone supporting Griner?
Mommy, I can't be an altar boy anymore. Why, son? Because the lunch lady says lunch is for straight kids.
Let's see. I don't always smuggle drugs into countries, but when I do, I blame everyone else.
This is how many games I'll be playing with WNBA over the next 9 years.
Thank God I didn't pull that in Southeast Asia. Okay, Mike R says that this is a picture of Griner.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. Entering a Russian prison proves to me just how racist America is.
Is the script too tight for a hand job?
No one knows what trouble I've seen.
The trouble I see.
Yeah, give it a few more seconds.
No, officer, there's no pot in this hand.
Let's see. BG and BT, be gay or be trans. If it's bigger than this, it'll be a human suction cup in 5.5 years.
I'll be.
Is it true that Russian pussy tastes like borscht?
It's like borscht. No, it's borscht.
I take this whole fist from Svetlana. Hopefully they send me to woman's jail. 69420 WMBA. All right, I think I'll cut it off there.
Nobody said anything about nothing. Never mind. I was going to say, my balls hanging out with my legs are spread this much, but nobody got it.
All right, so which one do you guys like best?
I like Della. Is this grip too tight for a hand job?
I was going to agree with that, yes. That ain't my vape, babe. Been waiting for a Russian bitch to go up on me.
Okay, so Jack and Son.
I like Mischiefly's one. This is how I'm a jack off the cards for some food.
I agree with Jack on that one.
Oh, it's tied.
Back
Yeah.
to.
All right, so
Well,
I'll have to be the tiebreaker. Let's see.
Watch him go for something completely different.
And now for something completely different. A man with a tape recorder up his nose.
Or
It's
no, it would be. And now for something completely different. A popular WNBA player.
And now
I'll
in
go.
stereo.
I'll go with mischiefully inanimate.
We lose, Terry.
Hashtag rigged.
All right. So congrats, inanimate, on winning.
Well, technically, they're almost the same. I mean, it's a hand job and a blow job. So, I mean,
Yeah, but how it's worded can make it funnier than another. You know.
yeah, I agree. Mischief is just a little bit better on that.
Is it me or does she sort of look like Will Smith's kid?
Yeah, but like more masculine.
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, shave her head. She looks like Jada.
Yeah, well, that's true.
All I'm saying, my eyes can't leave the shorts. I swear there's a dick in that pic. I mean, seriously, when you're looking at on the left-hand side, does it not look like there's a dick bulge?
Ooh, my baby's looking for them dicks.
I think it's tucked into her right sock.
I just think it's going to be. There's no rule saying a shaved gorilla can't play basketball.
God. Jeez.
Oh, Jesus H. Christ. Holy God.
I like the implication that they allowed dogs to play before blacks.
Female Lil Wayne.
So, anyway, now let's move on to the third article. Did you know catcalling is illegal in these countries?
Oh, so they're about to brag about how countries in the Middle East are so much better than the U.S.
I'll be right back. I gotta take the dog out.
Is that what they call it now? All right.
Good one, Mr. Dax. Good one.
It all started on an intense 40-day trip in Peru. To make a long story short, too late. Gotta go with the Clue reference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was traveling through Peru on an organized journey where I noticed something strange. While I was in Lima, I turned to my friend and said, "This is so weird. I don't know why, but I just feel so safe here." Because this is how people talk.
This is gonna be some next level bullshit, isn't it?
Mind you, I come from Toronto, Canada. It's a beautiful city with a high living standard and is considered very safe. So I just couldn't understand why I felt so safe in Lima.
Okay. If you live in fucking Toronto and you don't feel safe, then the problem is not with the city. The problem is with you.
No, but Lima
you are
did
a
feel
fucking
safe.
retard.
No. Lima did feel safe, but Toronto doesn't. So
Yeah.
the problem is with Toronto.
Yeah, if you don't feel safe in a city like fucking Toronto, you're a fucking moron. Toronto's probably one of the safest cities like in North. No, Braniel's disagreeing with me.
It is in Canada, remember? So it's full of leftists.
What?
I don't know how safe it's going to be.
Oh, okay. Braniel is telling me from personal experience that I'm wrong.
Let's see. Even though it clearly has a lot of issues fueled by poverty. My group leader turned and responded to me, "It's because catcalling is illegal here." And it hit me like a ton of bricks. Oh my god, that's so true, I thought to myself.
You
I
made
have-
it illegal, and then the world felt safe again.
Since Moon is not
Sexism
here,
gone forever.
Moon's not here. What's the author's name? Please.
It's Soraya Sakura, the traditional spelling.
Oh, sure, okay. Why do I have a feeling this is going to be some ham planet who's butt ugly? Of course, she's not going to get whistled at.
I haven't been stalked, whistled at, or degraded the entire time we've been here. How sad it is that this is so normal in the female experience that a taste of not even respect, but just neutrality, left me feeling staggered and impressed. Fast forward to the end of the trip that included tons of travel and activities all over the country, and I had only been catcalled once the entire time I was there.
I thought it was
And then they went to jail.
And they were shot on sight.
Hmm.
Ever since the anti-catcalling law was put in place, it was truly well enforced. My mind was blown. When I got home, I decided to look into how this came to be, and started to hope that the rest of the world would enforce this bare minimum of decency one day. It turns out it all started with a campaign called Silbali a tu Madre, Spanish for Catcall Your Mother, in 2014. I strongly suggest watching the linked video. This campaign was created by Everlast, the band, as a study of gendered violence. After Magalai Solier, a Peruvian actress, had a man masturbate right behind her on a public bus.
Okay, that's actually illegal. Already. Catcalling's not illegal. It is just words. It is not public indecency.
Yeah, I feel like there's a distinct line between catcalling and masturbating right behind someone.
Yeah, masturbating is a normal bodily function that everyone engages in. Catcalling is just disgusting.
Yeah.
What was this woman's last name? Soraya what?
Sakura. Sakura.
I couldn't find a pic, babe. Trust me, I looked.
But let a man do it.
I love it. I love it whenever.
So I just did, Terry.
Oh!
I like on Twitter when you like see the leftist meme of like a man getting catcalled, and for some reason it's supposed to be like a bad thing. When in reality, if a man was catcalled, it would be like, "Hey, that just made my day."
Yeah, I'd feel awesome if I had people catcalling me all the time.
Yeah, that'd be great. That would be a huge ego boost.
Well, again, goes back to the first thing, like Mischief said. The man masturbating just thought the woman was hysterical, so she needed to be semen covered.
That's true. I mean, I felt great after someone told me I looked good in a hat. All right.
I'm the exception to this. If someone complimented me out of the blue for no reason, my response would be, "Sorry, I don't have any money."
But isn't like, it goes back to the one article about the scarf. You're not supposed to comment like, "I like your scarf" or something. What was that article that you guys did a few months ago about that?
Oh, I don't remember that far back.
I don't know.
Nobody on the corner remembers what happened last week.
No.
Oh, Soraya Sakura is a pseudonym.
I see.
I'm on her blog website.
It's
but
not Sakura, it's Sakura.
Whatever, I don't care.
How much you want to bet it's a white chick and she's just a weeb?
Probably.
Yeah, that I have a feeling that's the case. Because anyone who names themselves Sakura,
It's Sakura.
yeah.
No one even tried to stop him. Well, I mean, you don't stop someone halfway through. That's just cruel.
That's rude.
Yeah. In this campaign, women disguised themselves as other women and walked past their sons in the street to see how they would react. The men all made some sort of sexual and degrading statement towards the women, only to be shocked when their mother pulled off the disguise.
But wouldn't the mother be like a couple decades older than the son at minimum? Like, why are you cracking onto 60-year-old women?
Is
Yeah,
she still, like, happy that young guys were checking them out?
I mean, in fairness, maybe the catcalling is being performed at a large distance, and you can't really see the woman that well. You can just tell that they are, in fact, a woman.
The sun was
I
in
don't
their
know.
eyes. Yeah. Consequentially and appropriately, the mothers instantly scolded their sons. This eventually led to the criminalization of catcalling in Peru, and I am personally forever grateful to everyone who participated.
So, because some women did a weird prank on their children and got their children to sexualize them, that means it must be illegal?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but even the difference, guys will call out to women, "You look pretty," that. I'm sorry. Walking down the street with a couple of my female friends, a guy passes us, we talk among ourselves about how great looking he is. There's no difference. We just keep it to ourselves.
That's a hate fact.
I mean, good Lord, we can even walk through the grocery store, Moon and I, and we're like, "Oh, that person was nice looking." And it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they both talk about how great looking that guy was.
No, I never said that. Nah.
Waiting for someone to say, "Notice how he stayed quiet." Like, no.
Mr. Jax comments, it's not like someone shouting, "Show us your piss flaps." I can sort of see that coming from a homeless man, like a crazy homeless. I can sort of see that happening, but the reaction to that is not, "I feel so degraded as a woman." It's, "Ugh, show me your piss flaps." Show us your piss flaps.
That just reminds me of something that my roommate in college and I used to do, where like at 1 a.m. or so, there was a bar nearby, so we would go outside and just stand there and watch all the drunk idiots like wander out as the bar's closing, and some either drunk or crazy guy was giving us life advice and stuff. And he's like hitting on some chick, and she just flips him off or whatever. And he goes, "If she were a real woman, she would have slapped me." I was shocked to read some articles stating the whole documentary was fabricated. So whether it was real or not, I'll never know for sure.
You just said it was fabricated.
Yeah. Are you suggesting that men won't fall for their own mothers who are dressed in presumed crappy disguises?
That was my immediate reaction was, won't they be like 2-3 decades older than their kids?
Yeah.
Like, wow, that chick who definitely needs a hip replacement sure is hot.
I mean, think about it. Think about it. What are the odds that you have like a construction worker, you have 10,000 people passing every single day, that they will pick their mother out of the crowd and hit on them?
Yeah, it's just stupid.
But what I do know for sure is that it is an accurate reflection of what women and girls deal with all the time.
Well,
No,
get
it's
on by their
not.
kid.
You had to lie about being catcalled in this very article. You didn't get catcalled. You're a fucking liar.
Learning about this campaign led me to learn that there are actually a handful of other countries where catcalling is illegal. Some laws explicitly criminalize it, and others have laws that could be used to persecute catcalling. What? You mean prosecute?
I was gonna say, shouldn't that be prosecute?
No. If you catcall, you get persecuted. You become a second-class citizen.
Wow. Apparently, grammar isn't this lady's forte either.
Whoa. Compared to the first article,
I was
this
gonna
is
say
Shakespeare.
compared to the first one, yeah.
I'll read the first one again.
No, let's read another one by the first one.
I was surprised to find that it's technically illegal in good old Canada too, because it's clearly not that well enforced here. I honestly don't
Yeah,
even.
it's because it's a stupid law.
Yeah.
Kind of a stupid country too. But
What are they classifying catcalling? I mean, some vulgar term is used, or just "Hey, baby, you look good."
Just hey, baby, looking good is probably enough.
Oh, okay. Then in that case, hey, baby, looking good. Woo!
All right, you heard him.
Going to the
Off
grocery
to jail.
store, and we're going to
Arrest him.
and we're going to yell that across the store at each other.
Like, ow, yeah.
I'd lick that butt plug.
Well, like everybody said, if somebody yelled something out, "Hey, baby, you look good," or "Hey, man, you look great," you would feel good about yourself. Now, yes, vulgar terms, I could be like, okay, that's a little disgusting, but again, what's catcalling?
Although,
What definition they're using for this? It's like,
should I tell them about that one little bout of jealousy that you had?
oh, you can, I don't care.
First time she came out to visit me, we went to a electronics store, and the female cashier there started getting, I don't know, a little flirty.
Just talking to you. I'll be great jealousy.
So it's like,
Bitch.
she's mine, bitch. I mean, she didn't say that. She just kind of got all clingy. I'm like, damn.
PG is right on that. It's if the guy's ugly or not. Yeah. But like I said, I mean, again, if somebody yelled randomly down the street, I'm walking, "You look good," I'd be like, "Thanks."
Yeah. And with guys, it is so very easy to make a guy happy just by complimenting him. You want to know? You don't even have to sexualize him. All you have to do is say something like, "Hey, dude, I like your hat." If you tell a guy that you like his hat, it will make his fucking day.
Again, not counting me because that would not work on me.
I mean, some chick in a store said she liked my shirt once, and I was like, oh, cool.
Well, okay. Well, on the opposite side of the coin of nice tits want to fuck, if a woman can be like nice dick want to fuck, every man will be like, okay, pants are down.
Yeah.
No, if someone came up to me and said, nice shirt or whatever, I think, okay, like, what do you want?
for Terry, that's like, thanks? Question mark? Question mark? Question mark?
No, like the only reason a stranger is complimenting me is because they want something, usually money. And so,
that's like the most
nice shirt,
thing.
sir. Would you like to give me some money?
So I'm like, if a stranger did that, I'd be like, no, something weird is happening here. My guard would be raised immediately.
What is Australia?
Someone says, "Hey, looking good" to Terry, and Terry just pulls out a gun.
Hey.
No, but like If it was a friend and they were complimenting me on something I did, that would be different. I'm talking a total stranger coming up in the street and saying, nice shirt, nice shoes, nice whatever. It's like, okay, what do you want? Like, why are you doing that?
Did you see what BG put in chat? Okay, let's try it. Hey, Moonshock, I like your woman.
Thank
Mine.
He's complimenting you.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. I honestly don't think the people that harass women in the streets realize they could be charged for their behavior. After doing some more digging, I was also shocked to find out it was illegal in Belgium, because my friends and I were definitely groped and catcalled while we were there. Notably around La Bourse, walking back home from a night out, and the sketchier areas like Schaerbeek.
Well, you're walking in a sketchy area. Well, no shit, Sherlock. You're gonna be catcalled and groped. Oh. My guess is the women who get catcalled enjoy it, but they're with an ugly friend, and the ugly friend gives them a look of like, "How dare you enjoy that?" And then that pisses that person off. That's got to be it, because I know no woman who would enjoy being catcalled if there's no vulgar term, and even vulgar term, I turn around and give it right back to the person.
I forget who it was. I think it might have been Jessica Valenti, but they wrote an article saying they were angry at themselves for missing the catcalling. Like they got old and no one catcalls them anymore, and they were angry at themselves for missing it because they couldn't admit that they enjoyed it.
Street harassment is also now illegal in Portugal, Mexico, Argentina, New Zealand, and in some U.S. states. How seriously these laws are taken varies, and punishments also vary, but I'm happy to see some progress nevertheless.
Sorry, would not be illegal in some U.S. states, because there is this thing called the First Amendment that gives us freedom of speech.
Yeah.
So I don't buy that bullshit at all.
if you got hit with that law, maybe in California or Illinois or Massachusetts, but if you got hit with that law, you could get that taken to court and get the law struck down. Because
easily.
That is
a
like
blatant,
the most
violation.
most blatant thing I've ever heard of. I bet you that what happened is there was a law that isn't what the author is describing, but maybe like some sort of discouragement from it, and the author's just an idiot.
Yeah.
We have a long way to go, but criminalizing verbal sexual harassment is certainly a great step forward for women. Cheers to being treated as more than disposable sex toys.
Like licking butt plugs?
Okay, but then it's going to go the opposite way. I'm sorry. I know more women who talk more about guys than guys about women. I mean, women are just as bad.
I would say women are worse because they're allowed to do it. Like, every guy knows if they say something like that, they're going to get, backlash. Whereas women can be as open about it as they want and no one cares. So I'd say women are probably worse at it. Worse because of that.
I agree wholeheartedly with you. It's like, I remember in high school, my two friends talking about guys all the time, and I'm like, and one of them got upset when guy said something, and I'm like, seriously, you were just doing that 5 minutes ago to him.
And different.
And I'm just looking at him, and I'm like, wow, you're an idiot. Got it.
Yeah. Women talk about men, and men talk about sports, except not nowadays.
Except for when they're
Except sports are gay.
Yeah, sports.
I talk about video games instead.
Well, isn't there also that meme of a man and a woman laying next to each other, and the woman's like, "I wonder what he's thinking about," blah, blah, blah. And it's like she's going this big laundry list of shit, that bad things he could be thinking of, and he's just like, "Oh, I was thinking about like this one little tiny thing." Like, "Oh, I wonder."
I like those types of memes. I also like the one where it's men only want one thing and it's disgusting.
And wash it.
All right. Well, it's now time for the final game of the night.
This is the best.
Nah.
And that is Po or No Gender Edition. where I'll give you 3 genders, 2 of which are from the LGBTIA wiki, meaning they're 100% real, and 1 I made up, and you have to figure out which one is made up. And I'll even give you a short description of each one.
I like Inanimate's answer.
Hmm?
I like Inanimate's answer. To the photo.
To the photo?
Hmm? Oh.
What photo?
Brett, I think Brett, you'll just caught on.
Like a caption contest.
Huh?
Yeah, because in the caption contest, I started by saying B. The answer's B.
Okay.
And then in this one, I start by saying an answer to the caption contest.
Oh, I know.
All right. It only took 10 minutes of explaining, but that was a good joke, Jack.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
So everyone, you can stop patting Moonshock on the head. You can give Jack a pat on the head as well.
What? Oh. No.
Yeah, no, give me a pat on the dick.
Ew.
Your jokes
Good,
weren't that good, man.
good thing your boy Pat's not here. All right, so gender A, snail gender. Bug
Ew.
gender that is strongly connected to snails.
A bug gender. Oh my god.
Gender B, allergy gender. Xenogender that feels strongest when suffering from an allergic reaction. And gender C, kill gender. A xenogender that represents a want to kill the concept of gender itself.
I love it. I think it's fake as fuck, but I love it. I say C.
Alright, and I'll start a poll in the chat so they can get in on it. And don't forget, one of the options is that they're all real.
Or he can do a mind fuck and say they're all fake, but not tell us.
No, I can believe that kill gender is real because it's sort of like the non-binary like nonsense. Like they don't have a gender. Like they're beyond it, and like they want to kill the concept entire. I can see them being that insane.
Okay, I'm usually asleep by this time, so it's which one is fake
Yeah.
or all real?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Vote for which one you think is fake, or if you think they're all real, do that.
Alright, so Moon said C, so Jack?
Well, I can totally believe B being real. A, I can also see being real because, you know, it's an animal and for some reason there's like every single animal has its own bullshit.
Asteroid gender.
I'll go with C. I'll go with C.
Alright,
It's probably wrong, but I'll go with it.
Terry?
I'll go with A because it's like the mildest, most normal, boring one. Like the others are like crazy, so it's like I'll just go snail gender.
It's a bug gender.
I mean,
And-
allergy gender seems real to me because it kind of plays into the whole thing of people like these weird people like being sick for whatever
Yeah.
reason.
Mm-hmm.
and Sun?
I'm gonna say they're all real.
Alright.
That's a very good possibility.
Alright. The chat seems pretty close, but B is in the lead.
We only have 23 votes and 34 watching. What's up with that, people? We gonna know. We gonna know.
And we need more likes, too.
Yeah, we will know.
That.
Show me. Sorry.
Yeah.
And hi to anybody who I haven't said hi to all night.
Do you like Phil Collins?
Do you like movies about gladiators?
Yeah.
Dislike submitted.
Alright. So,
Snip snail gender sounds like what happens after the hysterical woman gets her butt plug licked.
Oh.
Oh.
Uh,
And then she has an allergic reaction, then she becomes allergy gender.
all right. Well, the chat chose B with C in a close second. And the answer is B is fake.
Oh, you fucker.
Oh, that was a good one. Well done, Frosted. That was a good one.
This means that snail is real, and we get to see what the fuck a flag for snail gender looks like.
When I was trying to come up with the fake one, I ran into a problem that I run into occasionally, where I come up with a fake one, look it up, and find out it's real. So let's look at the flags for the real ones. There's a snail gender.
Oh my god.
And there's kill gender.
Oh, listen, better have.
I have a
gun
feeling
or
that
something.
one's gonna be lame.
Is that like the German flag?
Yeah. It's lame.
Oh, that's dumb. I like the snail one.
It looks like a combination of the German and African flags.
Well,
It looks like a background for a Mario game.
That was an Atari game, yeah.
yeah.
Like a really ugly Mario game.
Well, the snail one looks like the Indian flag, but it's put on top to bottom instead of left to right.
It's a me, Mario gender.
It's a Mario gender.
Related to Mario.
All right. Well, now it's time for our final article. Now, as you all know, the transgenders are persecuted like no one else has been in history. But,
Correct.
Of course.
but do you know who the
There's
worst?
a genocide, Frosted.
But do you know who the worst enemy of trans people is?
Trans people.
Is
Lizards.
it Moonshock?
We all had different answers.
Wait a second. The gays.
No, actually, Jack was right the first time. It's trans people.
Oh my gosh!
Never mind TERFs. Now we have TERTAs. Beware the trans exclusionary radical trans activists.
That makes
Okay. So is this kind of like the trans people who don't believe in 100 genders? They only believe in 2 genders, like actual transgendered people.
It's going to be people like Blair White who are
Yeah.
transgender but don't buy into the ideology.
Yeah.
There is no picture for this person. Because apparently there actually was a historical figure named Robert Jameson. But it is not this person.
TERFs are trans exclusionary radical feminists. Broadly speaking, they don't consider trans women to be real women. And they want to...
I agree with a feminist on something.
Yeah. And they want to exclude trans women from women-only spaces. TERFs are vigorously...
Women.
Can I just say, Inanimate says TERTAs sounds like a disease. I think TERTAs sounds like off-brand Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
That's what Johnny Hellcat said.
Well, for a second there, I thought that Frost had actually channeled Son's love of turtles and named this thing "I Love Turtles."
Well, I just went with the old meme. I like turtles. All right, let's see. And they want to exclude trans. What?
Good one.
It's turtles.
Yeah.
Let's see. TERFs are vigorously opposed by trans rights activists who criticize them for their prejudices and their anti-inclusive attitudes.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
So it's deeply ironic that some trans people and their supporters exhibit similarly discriminatory attitudes towards other trans people. Whatever happened?
So the male to female are not supportive of the turtle genders.
Correct.
Whatever happened to being inclusive? Bad when you do it, fine when we do it. To say someone is trans is shorthand for saying they're transgender, and according to Wikipedia, transgender people have a gender identity or gender expression that differs from the sex they were assigned at birth.
Assigned.
Yep. Based on this definition, it ought to be extremely obvious that there can be many different types of trans people.
There's an entire wiki of possible genders they could be.
Yep.
For example, some trans women, or just women as some prefer to be called, who were
But
born
trans women, to be more accurate.
who were born biologically male identify as women, i.e. they tell other people they are women, and express themselves as women, e.g. by wearing the types of clothes and makeup usually associated with women.
It's ma'am. Sorry.
It's ma'am. It is ma'am.
They've also had hormone treatment and surgery, and they believe that they've actually changed sex and become female.
Yeah, that's true. They are delusional.
But at the other extreme, you can still be a transgender woman if you still believe yourself to be a male and have no desire to lose your penis, have any other surgery, or undergo hormone treatment.
No
Extra doubt.
desire to lose your penis.
So if you believe yourself to be a woman and are not willing to take any of the steps in order to reach that final
No.
destination,
Jack, they said you still believe yourself to be a male. So they don't even believe that they're female.
Mm.
And they're still counting themselves as transgender women.
I'm just going by the description I found on Wikipedia. According to this description, you can be a transgender woman if you identify as a woman or express yourself as a woman.
What?
It doesn't have to be both, and you don't have to identify as female. Just as there is a rainbow of sexual orientations and a rainbow of gender identities, there's also a rainbow of different types of trans women.
What they're saying is you can be transgender even if you don't believe that your gender is different from your birth sex.
So who determined that you're transgender if you didn't?
Everyone is
The author,
trans. Literally 100% of the population is. No, this is all just like an attempt to abolish the very concept of distinctions between men and women, which ultimately is the single most anti-transgender thing that you can possibly do. Because the whole point of transgenderism is that you're trying to transition from one gender to another, which is pretty pointless if there's no such thing as gender, which is what they're trying to do.
Stop bringing logic into this. That's white supremacy.
Yeah. Next, you'll try to explain how the witch doctor can call down the lightning.
Yeah.
So why the hate? And yet there are some trans activists who seek to exclude and denigrate trans people who don't fit in with their very...
I don't know. I don't know if we can say denigrate on YouTube. That might be a little too close to a naughty word.
They're not denigrating transgender people. They're denigrating crazies. They're well, I mean, not to say that it isn't an unfortunate mental problem, but I mean they're denigrating ideologists, not ideological people.
We got there in the end.
Alright, fine, I'll change it. And yet there are some trans activists who seek to exclude and decunate trans people who don't fit in with their very exacting ideals concerning what being trans is truly about.
Damn.
Much better, thank you.
Typically, they regard themselves as having gender dysphoria, and they regard people with gender dysphoria as the only fully valid trans people.
Because that is correct.
I refer to them as...
That is the definition under the DSM-5 before they decided to change it because they were politicized.
I refer to them as TERTAs, trans-exclusionary radical trans activists. They criticize TERFs for excluding trans women from the Sisterhood of Women, but at the same time they want to exclude many other trans people from the trans community.
Because they're not trans.
Yeah, I'm sorry. If you think that you're a space wolf, you're not transgender. You're just a weirdo.
Just because you're not trans doesn't mean you're not trans. Let's see. We're real, you're fake. According to the UK's National Health Service, gender dysphoria is a term that describes a sense of unease that a person may have because of a mismatch between their biological sex and their gender identity. By comparing this definition with the above definition of transgender people, we can see that it is not remotely necessary to have gender dysphoria in order to qualify as genuinely trans.
What do you think unease is?
It's hate. That's what it is.
Mm.
Some trans people don't have gender dysphoria. They may not necessarily have had any sense of unease relating to their sex or gender. Their transition may not be related to any sort of defined medical condition. They may simply have chosen to be trans for one or more of a variety of different reasons.
Whoa,
And you're not
if you can choose to
transgender,
be-
you're a weirdo.
No.
No,
But
it's hopping on the bandwagon.
if you
if
can
that's the
choose to be
case.
trans, then you can choose not to be trans. And so, why would anyone choose something that they believe is going to get them oppressed? Like,
Yeah.
Because they want a higher suicide rate.
of course, my mistake.
There's a lot. That's a good point. There's a lot of mismatch between talk about whether these things are you're born this way or you choose to be this way. Because remember a little while back, there was that whole talk about, are gays really born gay or do they choose to be gay later on in life? And and then later on you have this whole transgender debate where their entire argument hinges upon the fact that people can choose to change their gender identity at any time to whatever the hell they want.
Mhm.
So there's really there's this weird mismatch between people. Do they think that these things are chosen, or do they think that they are biological? Because you have to go with one argument, and they're
No,
not.
they don't. They can go with both and then just hope no one notices. And then when someone does notice, call them transphobic.
But apparently chosen is a dirty word in this context.
Yeah, because it's associated with Jews.
There are trans women, for example, who don't feel uneasy being male. They express themselves as women because they enjoy doing so. Or perhaps it's their preferred way of accommodating their sexual preferences. Or perhaps they are exploring their freedoms. They may have transitioned for political, career, or social reasons. Or they may have picked a gender to better suit their natural demeanor and individual personality. They may never have had and may never intend to have any sort of sex-related or gender-related surgery or hormone therapy. They may even be
At this
gender
point, they're just
fluid.
pretending.
Was pretending not a valid reason?
I guess it is a valid reason.
But these circumstances don't make them any less trans than any other trans person.
Okay.
This is our club, fuck off. TERTAs, however, want to have an exclusive trans community in which only people like themselves with gender dysphoria are accepted as truly trans.
I like
Yeah,
this
that's
study.
because that's the definition, unless you're going by the crazy people definition.
In their eyes, it seems all other reasons for being trans are inferior to their own. They are the true trans people. Theirs are
Kinda,
the
yeah.
Theirs are the only valid experiences and perspectives of being trans, and no one else
That's
should
true.
and no one else should call themselves trans or dare to suggest they understand what it is like to be a trans person.
That is
Well,
accurate.
I mean, I could say I'm currently walrus gender. That doesn't make me have the same experience as Chaos Eve. Like,
That's the same.
I will never know what it's like to have that level of gender dysphoria because I just don't feel it.
I mean, I can understand how a person feels insofar as I have the empathy to do so, but as
Yeah.
far as actually knowing for certain, I cannot know what a transgender person feels like. just as I kind of believe the transgender person doesn't really know what the opposite sex feels like because they're not the opposite sex.
So basically, the author's just talking about transvestites.
Basically, yeah, you can do whatever you want and call yourself whatever you want. It's all good. Like, okay, but words have meaning.
Let's see. Okay. Not only do they often object to any suggestion that they chose their current gender identity, they may take offense and claim to be hurt by the mere suggestion that any other trans person has chosen their gender identity. It seems they don't regard such people as genuinely trans, and wish to exclude them from the trans community and denigrate their opinions
You said the naughty word again.
and decunate their opinions and perspectives.
No, they don't want to decunate their perspectives. They want the terms to be accurate and meaningful.
Right.
Because that's all. Because people like this are destroying the language, and they are turning language into garbage by making words meaningless. And that is a problem for people who want to live in a real functional world.
You're gonna be one of those idiots who thinks recession has a fixed meaning, aren't you?
Yeah. I would love if this idea catches on and the normal trans people all become a giant Republican voting bloc.
That would be awesome.
Unfortunately, it would mean that there would be about 0.2% of the trans population would be voting Republican, while the rest of them, the fakers, would be voting Democrat.
And woe betide you if you're a gender-fluid biological male, as these deeply prejudiced, hate-infected TERTAs may well refuse to accept your trans identity, angrily dismiss your opinions and your experiences, and derogatorily refer to you as merely a cross-dressing man.
So I've got to ask, is this satire? Because I could totally believe that this is someone on the right trying to make the transgender experience sound as ridiculous as humanly possible.
I don't know. I think we need to consult Tim Pool to see if there's a civil war coming in the trans community.
I would just like to say, in regards to the gender fluid thing, I will accept your accusation of me being hateful towards gender fluid people if you can give me an accurate description of what it is that I actually hate. Because nobody knows what any of this shit actually means.
Your experiences don't count. This is, of course, a snobbish and stupid attitude to take. It's not just that a simple study of commonly accepted definitions proves that it is entirely possible to be trans without having gender dysphoria. It should It should also be obvious that people who choose to be trans without having gender dysphoria can still experience the same abuse and discrimination suffered by other trans people.
I would just like to ask, has anyone ever uttered the phrase in meaningfully, your experiences don't count? Has anyone ever been like, you as a transgender person, your transgender experiences don't count?
I mean, I'll tell you now, I will unironically say that to this person. If they say that they are just as trans as Wandering Lisa or Blair White because they decided to play it being a woman for a few hours, fuck off. Those are not transgender experiences. They don't count. I will unironically say that.
It's a costume. For someone like this, it's a costume.
If
it's gender appropriation.
If you think that that's associated with any real bigotry, then you're deranged.
If it's something they choose, then why would they do that if they get abuse and discrimination?
Exactly.
Because I want to be able to wear fishnet stockings, and I don't want anyone to think I look ugly in them.
Well,
That's what
Matt
this
Walsh is a
entire
woman
argument
because-
comes down to. I
you know
want to
Matt
wear
Walsh is a
what
woman because he likes scented candles.
Yeah.
I want to wear whatever I want, and I want you not to think that I'm ugly in it. That's what this entire article boils down to.
Let's see. They can still feel hurt and humiliation when they are insulted, looked down upon, refused employment, or denied access to facilities because of other people's prejudices. Their experiences are entirely valid, legitimate, and respect-worthy trans experiences. Sadly, TERTAs may be far too stuck up and prejudiced to accept this. They talk as if their experiences are the only trans experiences that matter. They consider themselves the only true victims of trans discrimination. They claim to want inclusion, but they don't champion inclusivity as a principle. The trans inclusivity they fight for is only for themselves. Do as I say, not as I do.
They're still going. Jeez.
I-
I thought we'd be getting towards the end.
Well, I think we are. I personally think
We want inclusivity for everyone except the people who disagree with us.
Yeah.
I personally think such attitudes are ridiculously divisive and unhelpful. They're the products of prejudice, selfishness, and attention hoarding. I wonder if these TERTAs are any better than the TERFs, who similarly non-inclusive attitudes they so love to ridicule. Whatever happened to being inclusive?
You just invented this term out of nowhere because you wanted something to call people who disagree with you. That is the equivalent of calling them an Uncle Tom. You needed a word like Uncle Tom to describe these people, so you made one up.
Not convinced or want to read more? Please read this wonderful article by Stephanie Moga.
Next week we have to read that article.
Well, I'd have to see if the article is good, but I do like the title. Transgender Bitches. And yeah, this one's not getting catcalled anytime soon.
No.
Oh God.
That's a man.
Yeah, probably.
No. That's a lovely transgender lady.
No.
No.
According to that, it's a transgender bitch. According to that.
Hey, just because she's got a jaw like Ron Perlman doesn't mean she's not a lovely lady.
Maybe her name.
That's
is Pearl.
no woman. That's a man.
And it looks like whatever sucking on a lemon. I mean, good lord.
Oh,
You're smelling dog dookie under her nose.
Maybe it is a woman. I mean, she looks like she wants to talk to my manager.
Yeah, she does look like a Karen.
Oh.
Like she looks like the annoying neighbor in a sitcom.
What are those people doing over there?
She's the one who dubbed on Jeannie from I Dream of Jeannie.
Wait. Says the writer is Robert Jameson. The hell?
Yes, it is. That guy is not.
So he's referring to another article written by somebody else?
Yes.
All right. Well, anyway, that's all I had for this week, gentlemen, and Sunburst and Moon.
I'm gay.
All right.
I knew it. After 10 years, it's finally come out.
I'm gay.
Well, that does explain the Garrett Hedlund thing.
Shut up.
It explains so much.
He's the
It
most
really
sexiest
does.
man on the planet, man.
All right, so I'll take a moment to shill out my co-host and guest. I Like Boobs has Quippers United on his channel, Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern.
And this week, you can see me in fishnet stockings.
Woohoo!
Braniel actually knows what I
didn't
look
want to
like.
eat ever again.
Braniel actually knows what I look like, so he's cringing in the corner right now.
He knows what you look like in fishnet stockings.
That's what I thought.
I hope
too.
not. Otherwise, he'd have had to have been spying on me in the privacy of my home.
Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me. All right, and let's see. Moonshock has his Twitch channel linked in the description, where he
Yeah.
plays games, including Super Seducer. Eventually,
He
Eventually.
needs to. I'm gonna force him, Terry, to at least do a reaction one of that. I will force him to do that.
I think Sun should join in.
Oh, I did. We did like the first like couple little bits of it, and I'm sitting there going, "What the fuck am I watching?" And then I'm going. Okay, you're flying me to Terry's house so I can beat him senseless for giving you this game.
So apparently, a trip to Australia is in our future.
Cool.
All right, and let's see. Terry is on Clippers United. He's on Six of Sober streams. He's on Johnny Hellcat streams. He's on One Ton Hammer's Minions Nights. Is that everything?
I think so. Yeah.
All right, and Sun is on Moonshock.
You know it.
Anything you want to shill, Sun?
The corner. Shill the corner. There we go. And Clippers United. Fuck that other guy, Moonshock.
And me. Mondays through Wednesdays. Me.
No, I'm usually on the background of everything. The corner, Quippers, Moonshock's
But she
channel.
doesn't. But she doesn't laugh in the background at Moonshock stuff.
Yeah.
No, I
So-
smack him silly.
Sun and Braniel are the studio audience.
Yes.
They are they are the laughers that everyone loves to hear that somehow get more popular than we do.
Remember, everyone. The corner is taped in front of a live studio audience.
Woo!
Uh,
And I'm Guy.
Yep, I do love Spoonie's channel, the cooking channel. He does make excellent food.
all right. Well, we should be back the week after next week because I won't. I won't be.
Quick if we want to replace Sun with Moon.
Yeah, so I won't be able to do next week, but I should be able to do the week after because my mom was selfish and had to go in for surgery next Friday. But whatever.
What a bitch.
First, you need to make a poll. Put up a poll to see if they want to be or want to have Sun replaced.
It's no frosted glass. A quick poll to see if we want to replace Sun with Moon. Are you sure that's what you meant, or do you want to replace Moon with Sun?
He meant replace Moonshock with you.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it's nothing. It's not life threatening. It's just a hip replacement. But so I won't be able to do next week, but most likely the week after.
Is this because you fell over in shock when you hit on her when you walked past your construction site?
Yeah.
Just don't tell any of the nurses they look good,
Yeah.
Well, then maybe next Friday I'll do Super Seducer.
There you go.
All right, but so week after next week we should be back same time, 9 p.m. Eastern. So we'll see you guys next time.
Yay! I'm Guy.
Moonshock.